Hi everyone. Okay, so I am sitting down with Syaf. So Syaf was my client from Asian Body Transformation, and she has been through a huge transformation, not just physically, but mentally, and also with her relationship with food. And I'm so excited to talk to her and maybe have her share a little bit about her experience, not just being my client, but really just having her to change her lifestyle um for the benefit of her health. So hi Shah.
Hi, Coach. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. How are you today?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good. So I went for my
Yeah,
run yesterday. Even though
amazing.
I've stopped working with you for like 2, 3 weeks now, but I'm still trying to keep up with what you've taught me.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, it has ultimately became a habit, right? That's
Yes.
great. That's awesome. Okay, cool. So, Chef, I think we'll go straight into it. Maybe you can share with us a little bit. I mean, your name is Chef. So, what do you do for a living? How busy you are. Maybe give us a rundown about, your lifestyle.
Yes. So I'm a mother of two. My children are still quite small, so I'm very, very busy. And then I'm also like a founder of a clothing brand called DeepDuzt. So as a
Yes.
business owner, my schedule is very unpredictable. I'm very, very busy. I travel a lot for work. Yeah. So that means it is essentially quite hard for me to meal prep and all that. But I have Coach Aqilah with me. So
It's really you, okay? Come on. It's your effort that you actually put into it. So you are a very busy person. I mean, on top of, your business that you're managing, and the KPIs that you actually have to hit, you still need to also manage your household as well, your kids and so on, right?
right.
So maybe you can share a little bit about how was life, like how was your eating habits, how was your training and your just the way that you live before you even started coaching with me.
If you're talking about movements, honestly, before Coach Aqilah, I didn't really exercise much because I drive, so I don't really walk a lot unless I'm overseas.
Yeah.
So when I started working with Coach Aqilah, and then like she asked me what's my exercise schedule like, then I'm like, no, I don't really work out because sometimes when I'm busy, I get really tired, you see. So like my mind, I like in my mind, I'm like, if I exercise, I'll be even more tired. But honestly, after like 6 months with Coach Aqilah, I've realized that even if I'm tired, I set aside some time for exercise. I'll actually feel better, surprisingly. Like I
Yeah.
was asking my husband, like, isn't it macam, I don't even understand how is it that when I run, it feels so tiring, but it feels
Yeah.
so like, relaxing as well. Like I don't understand. Then
Yeah.
I guess it's just the adrenaline and all that lah.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to eating habits, I think I was always stress eating because, especially during kids' exam periods, it's a very, very stressful period for me. So I
Yeah.
will be like because our phone is so easy to order anything, right? So I'll just be
Of
like
course.
grabbing bubble tea almost every day and all
Yeah.
that. And I think over time, because honestly, like I've lost quite some weight before. I've worked with Coach Aqilah before. I've lost
Mhm.
weight with her before. And then COVID happened. So 3 years later, I think like I was starting to feel like how I felt back then again. Like my clothes were starting to fit differently again. So that's when I decided to text Coach Aqilah because I didn't want it to escalate further. I was feeling a bit
Mm.
like down because like I gained back the weight that I lost previously. Mm.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, how life was before this was really you were tired. You're busy and then you get tired, right? So then when you're tired, it's just very easy to just put aside something that requires you to expend more energy, isn't it? And
Yes,
I think
yes.
you're not alone in that, Shaf, because a lot of people have that mindset, right? Because they think that, okay, if I'm already tired, how can I even find the energy to do
Mm.
something that is going to, burn my energy, right? So that's a huge thing that a lot of people actually share. So you're not alone in that in the past, right? And then also because of your schedule, you tend to. I mean, we live in a society in this day and age where it's just so accessible. It's so easy to just order whatever on the phone, right? So then because it's convenient and because you don't actually have time to prep because you're tired, you just resort to all this easy to order stuff. So okay, so that, I mean, you understand, I guess that linked to you feeling a little bit helpless, feeling, I mean, gaining weight and so on. Do you feel like that is the reason why you gained weight?
I'm sure that's the reason, on top of other stresses in life.
Of
I
course, yeah,
I maybe I put my nutrition and my fitness not as my priority for a long time.
yeah, yeah.
Mm. But here's the thing, like even you know how like gaining a lot of weight takes a long time. So
Mm,
it took me some time to realize that I have to be patient, that in order for me
yeah,
to lose back all that weight, it's gonna take some time as well. So I think with Coach Aqilah, she frequently reminded me like about patience. Like I have to be
yeah,
patient, just trust the process. And it is honestly hard to trust the process because when you're doing it, you're like, is this gonna be worth it? Is it gonna give you the results? But you just gotta keep showing up. And then
yeah,
before like, you know, it's suddenly 3 months. And
yeah.
if you keep showing up, there will be results. It's confirmed there will be results.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I've got a question about patience, right? Have you ever considered, like, was your patience ever tested during the time that we are coaching? Like, have you ever like, oh my God, you know what? This is done. I'm not gonna do it because I want to give up.
Yes, yes, definitely. Like on like even when I'm running, like if
Yeah,
you're talking about running, like halfway through my runs, I'm like, why am I doing this? Like it's so tiring. But I just keep pushing because like Coach Aqilah already set like the goal for me. So I wanna try to meet, you know. And then
yeah,
like on like the nutrition part, some days I'm like, why is it that other people can eat normal things, but I have
yeah,
to like restrain myself?
yeah,
But the thing is, even if you have those thoughts, right? I think what gives you results is if you act if you like do what you have to do.
yeah, yeah. Definitely just showing up to what you're
Yes,
supposed to be doing.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
and it's
okay.
about like walking away from because sometimes it's not that you really, for example, like I'm gonna give bubble tea as an example. Sometimes it's not
Mm,
that you really want it, but it's just that you've been so used to it. So you're
yeah.
like when you pass by the bubble tea shop, you're like, I must buy because I'm
Mm,
already here. I'm already at the mall. It's so
yeah.
sayang if I don't buy.
Of
But
course, yeah.
actually, you don't have to buy. You can just go home and make your
Yeah.
own like brewed tea and like add some like stevia or something. It will
Yeah.
you just can add some ice and put it in like a cup and a big straw. Then it
Yeah.
yeah
Ultimately, it's really a shift. It's a reframing of your mind. That's one thing, but it's also the reframing of what you actually do, the actions that you do, like, right?
mm.
Yeah. So, what has been the biggest thing that you feel that has changed in terms of your life?
I think one of the biggest things is that even though I've lost weight, right, I feel like it's
Mm,
amazing that I lost in a way that I still got to enjoy the foods that I love.
yeah.
So if for example, like I really love to eat maybe like fried chicken and rice. So
Apa ayam is it?
yes. So yes, yes. So like now it's like even if I want to eat it, I know the alternatives of how I can eat it. Like I make my own. Like I instead of
Mm,
like frying the chicken, I air fry the chicken and all that. So it's about all these small changes
mm,
where and then once in a while like I still go to Papayam and eat it whenever I feel like eating it.
yeah.
And over time I can't even finish the food honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, like because I decided to change my lifestyle, right? I feel like my whole family, our whole lifestyle has changed.
Yeah.
Like it's been a long time since we even use like white bread, for example, at home. We don't even have
Yeah.
white bread ever at home. For the
Yeah.
past 6 months, it has always been the bread that is higher in protein. I wouldn't say it's better bread, just that
Yeah.
the kind of like we have options at home that are healthier and uh, food that will bring me closer to my goals.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of which, right, Shaf, changes in your family's way of eating, was that hard to actually implement? Because I know some people find it hard to actually change the way that the people around them are eating. And ultimately, we are our environment, right? So our environment plays a huge role in whether or not we are successful in changing our lifestyle. So how did you actually change the way your family ate? Because in the past it was, white bread. And then now how did that actually happen?
For my family specifically, I think the change was because it was gradual. It wasn't like
Mm,
drastic. Because I was
yeah,
also changing gradually.
yeah,
So for my family specifically, because at home it's just me, my husband, and my kids. I think
yeah,
it's possible because it's just me, my husband, and
yeah,
my kids.
yeah,
And then I think it'd be a different kind of challenge for those who stay with their parents and all.
yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
because for me it's like a top down
Of
change.
course, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And there's
And then
nobody else.
I said they are still so little, so they just I mean they
Mm,
have no choice but to eat whatever is at home
yeah,
also.
for sure. Yeah. So you have absolute control over it.
Yeah,
Definitely.
so honestly, like now, when my kids eat like sweet things, they can only
Yeah.
eat like a few bites, and then they're like, "Umi, can I have plain water?" Like they can't take it anymore. Like they still
Mm.
enjoy it, but they can't have lots of it anymore.
Yeah. That's good, isn't it? And I
Yeah,
think that,
it's amazing.
yeah, it's amazing because you're actually leading by example. And usually for kids, right, they actually look at what you do, and then each time you actually go out for a run, I'm sure your kids actually see it, right? Has
Yeah, so
there been moments like that? Yeah.
my second daughter recently, she's been like, when you go jogging, can I follow?
There you go.
Like another day, okay, because like, I
This
really
is
need to clock in my goals today, but I guess I have to make time with person now because she says that I really want to go jogging with you.
there you go. But it's like, it's
Yeah.
mommy's time. Please don't.
Yeah, she said, when can I exercise with you? So macam,
Yeah.
sometimes when I play the strength training videos at home,
Yeah.
like it's on
Yeah.
TV, right? My children
Yeah.
will actually follow.
There you go. Yeah.
I don't even ask
And
them to follow, just that they
of
see me
course,
doing it a lot,
because they
so
see you doing
they
it.
want to
Yeah.
do it.
And that's massive. That's massive. Okay. Okay. Share with me a little bit about your travel. I mean, you
Ah.
travel a lot, and it's both for work and also for leisure. What was the challenge previously, and how are you actually coping with it now?
Um, it is still a challenge,
Yeah,
honestly.
of
And I think
course.
it will continue to be a challenge because every
Yeah.
time when I travel, it's new food, new things to
Mm,
try and all that.
for sure. Yeah.
So I think when traveling is honestly my greatest setback to weight
Mm,
loss, I
yeah.
feel, because when I travel, I have foods that I previously that I because like most countries like that I go to, I've been there before. So
Yeah.
I have a list of foods that I crave for. So I want to eat them a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the difference is now that when I travel, I don't restrict myself, but because of the eating habits, right, that
Yeah.
I've put with Coach Aqilah so far, I can't even eat that much of what I really crave for.
Yeah.
So I think it's like about the habits that you build on home ground, and then you just take it with you overseas. So last
Yeah.
time, for example, if I go to KL, for
Yeah.
example,
Yeah.
so I eat nasi campur, I go like with the full rice portion, and then like all the lauk like chicken and
Mm,
whatever, and then like it be with a side of like sweet drinks like teh tarik or whatever.
yeah. Yeah.
But now naturally, I will request for half rice because I don't want to waste food, and then
Mm,
I reach out for the healthier protein, which is
yeah.
non-fried.
Yeah.
And then for water, I really reach out for plain water. It's not like I'm forcing myself anymore.
Yeah. 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 And actually, that's a very good point that you brought up. Is the habits that you have implemented in home ground that you're actually just bringing it naturally. Your body will actually know what to do when you are traveling,
Yeah,
and that's a huge point. But of course, there will be challenges. There
yeah,
there will be times. Yeah.
definitely. So what we do, right, is because normally when I travel with my husband and my kids, if I
Mm,
really want that iced tea, I just go
yeah.
for it. But the four of us would share that cup of
Yeah.
iced tea. So
Yeah.
instead of having the whole cup to myself, it'd be a
Yeah.
shared experience. So at
Yeah.
least like for my kids, they also have less sugar. It's better for them anyway.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. And there's always a beauty in sharing, right? Because
Yeah.
it's a bonding thing as well. So that's
Yeah.
that's
And they
that's a good
wouldn't they
thing.
wouldn't question like why is it that they have to eat so like why is it that they get such a small portion and then I get like a big portion. No,
Yeah.
everyone just
Everyone
gets
gets the same.
little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Cool. So I guess maybe we can share a little bit about what results you actually got in working with me and I mean really in Asian body transformation. What results did you actually get?
I think at the start, right, I was more obsessed about the numbers.
Mm.
Then like after 6 months, I realized that there are more what do you call it? A non-weight uh
Non-scale victories.
yes, yeah, non-scale victories.
Yeah.
So if you're talking about scale victories, if you're talking about a scale victory, I've lost 7 kg from my
Hmm.
time with Aqilah,
Yeah.
and lots of measurements down. My
Yeah.
clothes really feel a lot looser now,
Hmm.
and it's noticeable by people around me at this point.
Hmm.
But about my non-scale victories, right? Number one, I don't stress out about food much anymore.
Yeah.
It's like I'm always gonna use bubble tea as an example because
Yeah.
in my weight loss journey, right, my top I only have two because I don't eat a lot of things, but my
Yeah.
top two challenge is always bubble tea and papaya.
Hmm.
It's just these two
Fried
that's
chicken.
my setback. Yeah. So now right, it's like whenever I want to have bubble tea, I just have it lah. And
Mm.
it's not like I want it every day anymore. So I just have
Yeah.
it. And
Yeah.
then like I don't stress out about it anymore. I don't have to deprive myself anymore.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just drink, and then like I said, I don't drink the full portion. I can't even drink the full portion.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's about the changes in what my body can take at this point already. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like so
And you're,
yesterday I had lasagna. So I was
Mhm.
like looking forward to like eating lasagna for like lunch and dinner. But
Yeah.
like I had like just a small portion of lasagna because lasagna has more carbs, right?
Yeah.
I had lasagna for lunch. I totally enjoyed the meal. And
Yeah.
then after like I was kenyang already to have it. For
Yeah.
dinner I wanted something with more protein and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Amazing.
my body's natural tendency at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. Which means that your relationship with food has greatly improved as well, isn't
Like
it?
I don't like see food as bad food and good food anymore.
Yeah.
But more to
Yeah.
like food that will help me because I'm still working towards my goals.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of food that will help me achieve my goals, and then
Of
there's
course.
a
Yeah.
lot of food that is good for my mental health.
Yeah, it's true. And I think this was one of the struggles that we had from the beginning, isn't it? Like, there are food that we need to restrict, and then there's food that, you can only eat this. So I guess that mindset shift is a huge win. And that's really beyond just the scale victory, right? I mean, we do have changes in the scales, but more importantly is how you actually perceive life and perceive food today.
And I
So
think that at this point, I don't feel like I'm on a diet anymore.
yeah,
It's just
yeah,
a lifestyle. Like I don't feel like macam, okay, like this is January, this month I'm gonna diet.
yeah,
Like it's
yeah.
no longer that. It's more like um I'm trying my best to keep up with things that can help me maintain my weight loss and
Yeah,
push it further. And
yeah.
beyond the weight loss, right? It's how I feel healthier now. Because I
Mhm.
realized that when I take care of my nutrition and I exercise more, I actually have to consume less Panadol because I used to be so reliant on Panadol for my headaches. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That
Yes,
was one of the things, right? Yeah, the Panadol
yes. I still have to depend on Panadols for my events because that's
events. Yeah,
like 3 days of 12 hours of
yeah,
standing and like
of course, yeah. But at least on a day-to-day basis, there's less
yeah,
medication, so
yes.
which is super healthy for your liver and so on. Awesome.
Mhm.
Okay, cool, cool. Um,
Sorry, and I just want to
well,
say
yeah,
something. I think
of course.
like beyond my family, right? I
Yeah,
actually think like my eating habits and all that because I share my journey online, like bits and
yeah,
pieces of it. I think like I influenced my friends also. So like
yeah.
many of them is like they are trying, to like have better breakfast. They're like, Shah, which bread do you use? Like
Of
what do you
course,
put on
yeah,
your bread?
yeah,
Like does cottage cheese taste okay? How do you eat
yeah,
bread yogurt? Because they know
yeah,
that a lot of things.
yeah,
So it's
yeah,
about like when I eat Greek yogurt, right? Because I used to really not be able to take it. And then I found a
yeah.
way to like take it. I just
Mm-hmm.
put some stevia so that it becomes less sour. And
Yeah.
then like dark chocolate and all. And then it becomes like a yummy high protein snack that I've been
Mm-hmm.
having like the past 6 months
Yeah,
every few days. And it has
yeah.
helped me achieve my goals.
Awesome. There you go. I mean, being a good influence to the people around you is a huge win, you
Mm.
see. And that's awesome. Nice, Shaf. Okay, cool. We'll give an advice for those wanting to start. But before that, would you recommend coaching with me to others?
Definitely, yeah. I think for me, right, when I want to work with a coach, it's very, very important that I find a coach that doesn't give condescending remarks. Because
Mm.
definitely along the way, there will be times when maybe I don't reply to the coach because
Mm-hmm.
I find it like overwhelming for me to keep up with the meal plans and exercises. And then there will be many times where I eat the inverted commas wrong things, aka the
Yeah,
things that coach wouldn't want me to eat lah for me to
yeah.
like achieve a certain goal. But I feel like whenever I come to Coach Aqilah, she just responds with patience and kindness. And I think that's very, very important for me. So like whenever my friends ask me, right, Coach Aqilah okay ke? Then I'm like, Coach Aqilah style is like peaceful parenting style. Yeah, that's because I love mommy.
I've never
So
heard
that's
of that.
yeah, that's the way I like explain to them. Like Coach Aqilah won't like give you condescending remarks like and like scold you,
Yeah,
but like she will try to be with you lah. And because like it's about I think it's important to have a coach that who understands that it is not easy to just like cut everything. There are some coaches who will just tell you like just cut every of this thing and then you will lose this amount of weight in like 21 days.
yeah,
But
yeah.
it's about sustainability, yeah. And I think like you
Awesome.
understand that. And other
Oh,
than that, I feel like you take the time to understand the lifestyle of your clients.
yeah,
Because it took like a few Zoom rounds, right, for us to like
yeah,
really understand. Like me
Yeah,
to understand you as a coach and you to
yeah,
understand me as a client.
of course.
Because
Yeah.
I'm sure all of your clients have varying lifestyles.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like your plans are catered to our different lifestyles. Because I can't change my lifestyle, you know. Like I can't change
Yep.
like my work. I can't change like the fact that I'm always at twilight where there's so much
Yeah.
food. I can't change the fact that I'm always traveling.
Yeah.
Mm.
Awesome. Thanks, Shah. Thank you. Okay. All right. Last bit, okay. It doesn't matter if these people are gonna work with me or, whoever, they just want to change. Basically, they want to start changing and doing something for their health. What is the one or two pieces of advice that you actually have for them who want to change and is already serious and ready to actually make a change?
For me, I feel like the reason people don't embark on this journey of weight loss or fat loss is because they want to wait until it's perfect for them to start. And
Yeah.
I've realized over the past 6 months that there is no need to strive for perfection. It's just about the small changes consistently that you keep up with. These are the things that will
Mhm.
give you results. Because
Yeah.
if you wait
Yeah.
for everything to be perfect, right,
Yeah.
you won't you won't actually get to it. Because it
Yeah.
won't ever be perfect. Yeah. And then when it comes to eating habits, if you want your eating habits to be perfect, maybe you can keep up with it for like 1 to 2 weeks. I'm talking like from the point of view of someone who has been on like this weight loss journey many times in my life. Like there were
Yeah.
times I'm like, okay, like I'm just gonna have chicken breast and salad because that's definitely gonna give me weight, right? That's definitely gonna give me results. If I keep it up for like what 2 months, every day I just eat that. But
Yeah.
can I sustain it my whole life? No. And then like the 2 months you work so hard, and then after that you're just gonna gain it all back. I think that's what we really wanna prevent. Yeah, but it's about building like small habits and then keeping up with them your whole life. So about like perfection, it's like when you work out, even if you can't run the whole 5 km, you run 2 km. And then if you really can't
Mhm.
run 2 km, then you walk. You just do
Yeah.
something. You don't need to strive for perfection. It's about showing up every day.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. I think that's very helpful. That's really, really great pieces of advice. Is there anything else you want to share with anyone before we end?
I say just start to anyone like
Yeah.
who has had the thought of losing weight and all on your mind, just start
Yeah.
because I think what pushed me to start, right, is that sometimes when I look at the calendar, I'm like, oh my God, it's already June. Like 6 months has passed
Yeah.
so fast. And I'm like, if
Yeah.
6 months passed by that fast, right? That means if I start now, it's probably gonna zoom by again another 6 months. And it's true. I feel like we started in
Mm.
June and then now it's suddenly
Yeah, I
January.
know. Right? I feel like it has been like it's so fast. Like suddenly it was like, it's already December and then January.
Because sometimes when you want to start, right, you're like, 6 months, you want to like keep up with your journey, or 6 months is so long, like the thought of it before you start. But you try to look back, and then like you see like maybe an old photo that is 6 months ago, you realize that 6 months is not that long. It's not that long.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the
Yeah.
later you start, the longer it will take for you to get to where you really
Mm-hmm.
want.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah.
never too late to start, but then the longer you sit on it, the harder it is going to be. And
Yeah.
and,
So
and
like
that's
sometimes
a
people might
given.
ask me, people ask me like, Shaf, so macam how do you keep up with it? Like for example at Twilight, I don't buy epok-epok, I don't buy fries and all that.
Yeah.
I think it's about prioritizing what is important to you. Like the food is yummy, so it is the food is yummy, but achieving my goal is important to me as well. So I have to choose what is more important for me. Like you know how online you
Yeah.
always see this thing like choosing your heart. I actually like really like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
About
Choose your
how like
heart. Yeah.
exercising is hard. Exercising is hard, but like feeling sluggish is hard
Being
also.
unhealthy. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Choose
choose
your
your
heart.
heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either
Yeah.
way, it's gonna be hard. So
Definitely.
choose the heart that you feel like is
Exactly.
important to you.
Exactly. Awesome. Cool. Yay. Thank you, Shah, for sharing. I think I really hope that people can benefit from that sharing and it will be of value to them. Really, no matter how old you are, what you're doing, at the end of the day, there's never a right time to start. And the longer you wait, the harder it is going to be. So just get started and take it one day at a time. I think that's the most important thing that we
And I
want to
think
try
it's
and achieve.
important not to beat yourself up too much if you eat
Yes, yes,
wrongly, for example. So if you
of
ate
course,
like
yeah,
a huge meal for lunch, just enjoy it.
yeah,
And then You don't need to wait till
Yeah,
the next day. You have dinner to make a better choice.
yeah, for sure. And I think that's the most important thing that we need to remember. Just treat ourselves with compassion. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Syaf. That was great. And you know, keep going with your own journey. And I think that's the most important thing. And don't ever give up on yourself.
Yeah, I think
Everyone
I,
as
I
well
missed I
listening
missed
as
out
well.
a point just now. So I feel like working
Uh-huh.
with Coach Aqilah, it's she will educate you because at the end of the day, you're gonna reach a point where you no longer have a coach to work with. So
Mm,
it's you on your own. So if you are educated, right, you can do it on your own. Mm. Yeah,
that's
you
it.
know the whole teach a man how to fish. And
Yes, yeah, exactly. Okay. Thank you so much, okay. And yeah, it's been a pleasure. So thanks so much, Syaf, for the sharing.